Have you ever said to yourself or others, I'm just a mom? Have you ever wondered what your purpose is in this world and if you're influencing anyone? Through this series, Fabulous Friday feature, we're here to let you know that you are so much more than just a mom by featuring moms who are just like you and who we think are making a fabulous impact on the world. Motherhood is one of the most influential jobs on this planet. In addition to being moms, the women here we're featuring on this show have tapped into a pure joy within themselves that has enabled them to serve themselves, their families, their communities, and therefore the rest of the world. The women on this show are pebbles that cause a ripple effect of positive change in the world. It is my pleasure to bring you our fabulous Friday feature. Hi, this is Jessica Dugas, intuitive mentor of moms and founding member of the Moms Online Mastermind, where I help you to reduce stress and overwhelm in your life. On today's show, we're welcoming one of my new friends way over on the other side of North America in Canada, Wendie Holbrook. Wendie is a mom of a beautiful 9-year-old girl and is a VA sharing her love for VA work with other moms around the globe who are looking to make an income while not sacrificing time with their families. Join us as she shares how a positive mindset and taking a chance can change your life. All right, Wendie, I am so excited that you're here with me today for another Fabulous Friday feature. I'm excited about this one because we're fairly new friends, and we're coming together from way across the other side of North America, where it's freezing cold there, to different weather, different time zone, and I love being able to connect with people that are so far away. The beauty of the internet.
Right.
So thank you so much for being here with me today.
No problem. I'm excited too.
Awesome. All right. So getting right into it, we always start each episode with a moment of gratitude, asking you to mention a mom. It could be any mom, your own, or anyone else who has influenced your life and why. Who would that be for you?
I do have to totally go with my mom. My mom suffered for many years with MS and Crohn's disease and a bunch of different things, and yet she was still up cleaning the house, and she was a strong person, cooking meals and making sure our stuff was done, and she was nearly blind before she passed away, but she still did all of that for us and made sure we were taken care of. So she is my hero. Totally.
That's amazing. Amazing. And it's so, it's interesting because when we're young, we don't always appreciate exactly what our moms go through. And then when they have illnesses and things like that, and we get older and we go, wow, they really did, especially when we become moms, right? And we think, how in the world did they do it?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So you're a VA, and for those who are watching who have no clue what a VA is, what does VA stand for, and what exactly is it that you do?
So VA stands for Virtual Assistant, and what I do is there's kind of a little slogan that we've picked up in the last little while. So I help small business owners and entrepreneurs alike hire out what they hate. So any types of administrative tasks that those types of people, small business owners and entrepreneurs, they don't want to tackle themselves day to day and get lost in all of that, they hand that over to me. That's what I take care of. That's my specialty. I've done administrative work for well over 20 years, and so I myself an expert in the field. And so that's what a virtual assistant is.
So do you find that you do different things then for different clients?
Absolutely. I find, though, that most people hate doing bookkeeping and accounting of any sort. And I want to admit sometimes that's not my favorite thing, but it is one of the things I do. A lot of people are looking for help with social media, handling small things on their websites, doing blogs, that kind of thing. So and it's good because I really do like variety. So I get all kinds of things. I do feature sheets for real estate agents and business cards for people who have no idea how to do those, and just different types of graphics and anything, like newsletters, all that kind of stuff. So I get a lot of different tasks, different types of tasks thrown at me from all angles, which is fun for me. I enjoy it. So
Awesome. So there's a lot of business owners in the world. Who do you think particularly needs a VA? At what point does somebody say, okay, I should probably think about a VA?
before you're drowning, let me throw you the lifeline before you're drowning. And that would be the best way to look at it. I think a lot of people, especially small business owners, want to try and tackle everything themselves because they want to try and save money.
Mm.
Ends up happening is they are drowning in the day-to-day stuff, and then they have no time to go out and make their business grow, right? To do the stuff on the front lines that they enjoy doing, meeting new people, networking with other people, that kind of thing. And it's too late. Well, I don't want to say it's too late. We can still salvage everything by that point, but that's when people are they're overwhelmed.
Mm.
They're lost in those day-to-day details. So certainly before that happens, they need to give me a call, or any other VA that they, local that they like, or
no, just Wendie, just Wendie.
Right. That'd be all
There's
good.
No other VAs out there.
Yeah, we have to support each other. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's interesting because I've been very similar in my journey where I've tried to save money and things like that. But when things do start to pick up, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I can't do everything by myself. And I can see how much easier it would be to bring someone in the picture before you've got so much going on that you're like, I don't even know what to give out anymore. Like, help me. So it seems like it would be much easier to bring a VA in at a time before the overwhelm completely takes over.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely.
So what made you decide to work for yourself? Because like you said, you've been at this for a little while as far as skill set goes. What made you decide to just start out on your own?
Well, to be honest with you, about 3 or 4 years ago, I could tell you I've really never heard of a virtual assistant. And, again, I'd been an administrative assistant, an office manager, an HR person, all kinds of things for several years. And at one point I was traveling, well, for 5 years, I was commuting to downtown, dropping my daughter off at before school care, working during the day, coming home, picking her up after school care, and getting home at 7 o'clock at night. And that was a 3-hour commute, all said and done.
Wow.
I basically throw some food into her, kiss her goodnight, and get her to bed, kind of thing. And we were not spending any quality time together. I had no quality time for myself even, which is important. I happen to be a single parent. So that's something, I'm running the whole show on my own, which is fine, but we do need time to, try and wind down and whatnot. And so it came to a point where when I was asking for some Christmas time off at Christmas, and the daycare was closed and all that, and my boss was saying no, that I knew there had to be a better way. Mm. And so I did start looking online, and I came across an advertisement for a virtual assistant. I'm like, okay, well, it's not licking envelopes and sitting at home, so it's got to be better than that, right? And so I took a chance. I put in, guns blazing, the best resume I could, best cover letter, followed up with an email. And I went through the process. It was a headhunter, and there were 7,400 applicants. And
wow.
I went through 3 interviews on the phone, interviews with the person who was actually hiring on the phone, and then in person. And it took some time, but I got the job. And it made all the difference in my life. And I did that for about 1.5 years and worked from home. I cut out all that commuting. I was able to pick my daughter up right after school, take a break in my day, spend time with her actually. And, some things changed with the position. She ended up hiring her daughter who graduated from university. But at that point I went, I'm not going back to the 9 to 5 in the commute. And I started my own business. I thought, why can't I do this for myself? Why can't I find my own clients and start doing the same thing? I don't want to sit in somebody's cubicle and, and all of that anymore. want to be able to be in control of my time and what I'm doing and who I'm working for. So that was about just about 2 years ago now. I took that journey and have gone on my own. So
That's amazing. And I think that this story is going to resonate with a lot of moms because I know I too was a working mom several years ago. I had 3 children at the time. And it is a struggle. And at the time I wasn't homeschooling yet or anything. So like, you're right. I never saw my kids. And I knew that for me personally, now everybody's different, but for me, I wanted to see my kids, but I also wanted to be able to have money coming in. And so it was like, how in the world do I do this? And I went many years, after that, not either working outside the home or not working at all. And so I really wasn't getting what I want in either of those places. But I love how you just took a chance, how you just said that no more, I don't want to do this anymore, and took that opportunity. And that's how you get what you want, moms. I mean, you just sometimes have to take a chance. And so I really appreciate you sharing that, because it's so easy for us when we're not living the lives we want to sit back and say, well, I guess this is just the way it's going to be. And you took that chance, and that's amazing that it's worked out so beautifully for you as well. So what makes you passionate about your work? When you wake up in the morning and you're going to start your VA work, or when you tell somebody about what you do for work, what really lights you up?
I have to say, I actually took a look at this not too long ago, and I think that the commuting and into an office environment, I used to feel that Sunday, I got to get up in the morning. I got to do all of this, again for another week, and the driving and all of that stuff that I just described before. And, I was realizing, just over the last few months, that when Sunday comes around, I'm a little bit excited to choose what I'm going to do with my week.
Yeah.
That means that sometimes, I put my daughter to bed and I work in the evening, but that's my choice. It's not, I've got to do overtime or something, right? It's work that I'm enjoying. I really get excited that I can choose the type of work I'm going to do at what point during the day. Let's face it, we're not all geared to doing, so if it's bookkeeping, math, first thing in the morning or that kind of thing. And I have, a creative spurt in the evening, and I enjoy doing creative things. So I can really map out my time and my day. And that's exciting. Telling other people about what I do, I get enthusiastic about trying to get others to buy into the idea of being a virtual assistant too. I hear so many moms, that have said what I've said or you said, right? I can't spend time with my kids, or we need more income, but I can't afford to pay for daycare and go out to work. So, from that perspective, I'm enthusiastic. And for small business owners, those people that are like, gee, I can't afford to pay somebody the $2,000 a month, plus the benefits, plus the vacation time, plus the sick time they're going to be off, plus the having them sit at my desk, in a rented space or whatever, a leased space. Those things, I can solve some people's problems with that, right? And come in and say, hey, guess what? It's only going to cost you, like a quarter of that. And, it's going to be super efficient time spent. And so those things I get excited about, helping people, both sides of it, and just being excited to coming to what I'm doing for work for the next day or the next week or the next. So, yeah.
It seems like with being a VA that you can really customize it towards your skills. If I'm correct, like if someone's listening now that says, well, VA sounds like something I could do, but I'm really not good at bookkeeping, or I don't have any experience with that. Can they just pick and choose sort of what services they offer as a VA?
Absolutely. And, you get to choose to do what you like, really. And that's the whole point of being in business for yourself. No longer are you having a boss saying, hey, you got to get this task done by this time and whatever. And, you don't have that anymore. Now, if you're in business for yourself, you do have a choice. And so, I do take on some bookkeeping clients, but I do have the ability to say, yeah, no, I think I've had enough of that and I want to work with more of this, right? And that's the whole idea. We should be able to, we have to earn an income. Most of us have, like some people have the luxury of having a husband who goes out and earns the whole, kit and caboodle for their family, but for me, it's me.
Right.
And so, I do need to work. So why not enjoy what you're doing? And that is the thing. You might not have experience in bookkeeping, but you're great at doing some sort of graphics or building websites and those kinds of things for people, or, managing Facebook and LinkedIn for people. And that might be the vein where you want to choose to go in, but you can make the choice, absolutely, what you want to do. And hey, if there's something you're not great at, you can kind of almost intern for a person and take some courses. There's lots of more online courses that you can take to brush up on skills, so that's something more that you can offer to people. You can start out slow and keep adding to what your skill set is. Absolutely.
I really, really love your attitude about the whole thing, because I think that especially even the period of time when I was a single mom, I thought about, like, I would have been so nervous to go into business for myself, because we think of any kind of steady income stream as like the 9-to-5 job. Like, that's what we're sort of taught from the time that we're babies, that you got to get a job in order to have a steady income. And I love sort of your attitude around taking a chance, and then just doing the best you can with what you've got, and I love that. And I think that so many moms are going to be able to listen to this and maybe start to have a little bit of hope for their situation, and maybe learn to take a little bit of a chance. It's not always easy, but clearly there's some other people doing it and making it work. So I really, really appreciate your thoughts around all of that. So if someone came to you and they say, well, I want to work for myself, but I mean, I don't even know that I could do it. What's one piece of advice or tip that you could give them today that maybe could give them the courage to get started?
I really think that you have to put those negative thoughts and voices out of your mind, and you have to realize that you are so worth the chance that you take on it. I have had people, family included, say to me, well, why don't you just get a real job? and right. And I said, I do have a real job, and it's so much more fulfilling than that 9-to-5 in an office. Right. And but it's shutting those voices out, whether they be people that are standing in front of you, family, friends, and whatever, and yourself included. You need to take a chance on yourself and just really give yourself, that chance, and just take the and trust me, it does work out. And there has been times when I started doing this that, are we going to make it? Are we going to make it? Right. It's having faith in yourself. It really is. I mean, I have other kinds of faith in my life too, but it's also just especially having faith in yourself that you can do this. And, there's lots of VA groups out there and whatnot that you can be part of that support each other. And that's huge, just having accountability and being able to reach out to other people for support to get through those times we have doubt. So, yeah.
Awesome. So I know that Wendie is an amazing resource for anyone who is considering working for themselves, especially if you're considering becoming a VA or just exploring that idea even. So if our viewers want to connect with you, Wendie, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, my name is Wendie Holbrook. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me at Virtually Yours on my Facebook page. And you can reach out to me at my website, which is virtually-yours.ca.
Awesome. And Wendie's links, of course, will be in the description of the video, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. You'll find it in the description, so it's easy peasy. I try to keep it simple for you ladies. Just click it and you'll get there. And so that'll be there for you. Wendie, thank you so much for joining me today. I love hearing more about your story and how you got into this work. And I'm really looking forward to passing off some of the things that I don't like very much to you, hopefully in the very near future, as we grow this mom community. And thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure, Jessica.
Thank you so much for joining us today. If you're interested in surrounding yourself with fabulous moms just like the one we heard from today, or becoming a featured mom yourself, I encourage you to join us in the Moms Online Mastermind. You can find out more about our community at www.momclub.online. You're a mom that I believe can make a big difference in this world. We'll see you next time.